The search for Michael Vaughan continues. Michael went missing from his neighborhood in Fruitland in July of 2021. He was just 5 years old at the time. Law enforcement has spent the last year and a half investigating. But the Fruitland police chief says a credible tip led investigators to a home near Michael's neighborhood this weekend.
Crews are back out in Fruitland today searching for Michael Vaughan. Police believe his remains are in the backyard of a Fruitland home, and today is the 6th day crews are excavating the yard. Crews could be at the house on Red Wing Street for another week. This house is just 4 minutes from the Vaughn's home.
As you know, from the time Michael went missing, this has been an all-hands-on-deck investigation, and it remains very active and an ongoing investigation. You can't take one of our most precious citizens from us and ever expect us to stop. During the course of this investigation to date, we received credible information that the remains of Michael Vaughan could be found in the backyard at 1102 Red Wing Street in Fruitland. As a result, the Fruitland Police Department obtained a search warrant for the residence along with the front and backyards. That search warrant was served on November 11th. It was a Friday. We served that late in the evening. Upon entry, officers encountered Stacey Wondra, one of the known occupants of the home, and Sarah was subsequently arrested based on probable cause that she had knowledge of Michael's death and failed to report that death to law enforcement. The following day, the Fruitland Police Department, joined by the Idaho State Police, the Idaho Mountain Search and Rescue, the Fruitland Fire Department, and the Fruitland Public Works Department, began a very methodical excavation of the backyard of the Wondras' home. During that excavation process, the Idaho Mountain Search and Rescue, Mountain States detection dogs deployed multiple certified human remains detection dogs on the property, all of them alerting to the presence of human remains. Ground penetrating radar was also used and deployed, detecting anomalies in the backyard. We completed the excavation of the entire backyard and removed over 250 yards of dirt. Prior to backfilling the yard, the dirt was meticulously sifted for any potential human remains. We did not find Michael's remains. Although the remains of Michael Vaughan were not recovered, we strongly believe, based on evidence, that Michael was abducted and is deceased, and that his remains were buried and later moved from the property. As of today, the whereabouts of his remains are unknown. However, the investigation is active, fluid, and ongoing. Once the excavation was complete, we conducted a thorough search of the Wondras' residence. The search was productive, and additional investigative evidence was recovered and is currently being processed.
Evidence suggests that the following individuals who are currently in custody are involved in the abduction of Michael Vaughan. Stacey Wondra, 35 years old. Sarah lives at 1102 Red Wing Street in Fruitland and was living there at the time of Michael's disappearance. We believe that Sarah has firsthand knowledge and is involved in Michael's abduction. Stacey Wondra is currently being held at the Payette County Jail for failing to report a death to law enforcement. And Stacey Wondra, 30 years old, a male. Stacey was also living at 1102 Red Wing Street in Fruitland and was living there at the time of Michael's disappearance. We believe that Stacey has firsthand knowledge and is involved in the abduction of Michael Vaughan. Brandon Shurtliff, 30 years old, of Kuna, Idaho. Brandon was living with Sarah and Stacey Wondra at 1102 Red Wing Street at the time of Michael's disappearance, and we believe Brandon has firsthand knowledge of Michael's abduction. Adrien Lucienne, 32-year-old male out of Toledo, Ohio. Adrien was staying with Sarah and Stacey Wondra at 1102 Red Wing Street at the time of Michael's disappearance, and we believe that Adrien has firsthand knowledge of Michael's abduction.
Hello, everybody. Thank you guys so much for coming in. I have not been live hardly at all. Today is October 30th, 2025. Welcome to Missing PNW Crimes Revisited. My name is Samantha. Good evening, Brandy. Good to see you. Good evening, everyone. I hope you are all well. Thank you for being here. Sam, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I love you. You know, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else but here spreading good news about your health and talking about Monkey. Welcome in, everybody. I see you, Rhonda. Thank you so much for coming in. Halo Art, good to see you, hun. I am so glad to be live. Pointer Lover and Ashley, I see you. Thank you guys so much for being here, for supporting Monkey. Domestic Pinup, hello, girl. Good to see you. I'm going to apologize now if I do have the sniffles and I do have a cough. I am recovering from the flu. I'm on, I think, the end of week 2, so I'm going to be sucking on a Halls and talking. KB, good to see you, hun. So glad that everybody is here. Sarah, how are you, girl? I am so glad to have everybody here. Oh, goodness, it has been a rough one lately. I've been working because my husband got laid off. We've both been sick. Life has definitely happened to us. So I'm just glad to be here to talk about Brandy and Monkey and to give you guys amazing updates with Brandy as she is now home after her liver transplant and feeling so much better. I talked to her on the phone for almost 30 minutes this week, and let me tell you guys, she sounds so much better than she did before she got her transplant. She is her ornery self. She is feeling amazing. She still has a long road ahead, but she feels great. She feels amazing. If anybody has any information about Michael Vaughan's abduction, please report it to the Fruitland Police. The tip line telephone number is 208-642-6006. Michael was abducted on July 27th of 2021 from his neighborhood. There are 4 named suspects. That information was actually updated at the beginning of 2025. They still are the 4 main suspects in Michael Vaughan's abduction. Their names are Stacey Wondra, Sarah Wondra, Adrien Lucienne, and Brandon Shurtliff. Please, if you have any information regarding Michael Vaughan's abduction, please call in the tip 208-642-6006. One of the updates that I do have for you guys that is a little bit disturbing was that today is the release date for Stacey Wondra to get out of prison in Phoenix, Arizona. Yeah. His release date is today. I do not know 100% whether or not he has been released, but today is Stacey Wondra's release date, and all I can do, and everyone that I speak with, is just, how in the heck could he be getting out? Are you serious? Why haven't charges came on him before he gets out? And all I can do is hope and pray that justice is coming and that, you know, he will get arrested very soon or charged very soon. So all we can do is hope and pray on that end. I also am getting a lot of people wondering, I thought charges were coming. Brandy put out that charges were coming. Yeah, charges are, everything is pushing forward. But when things happen, when like suspects like Brandon coming up on my live and talking, or Brandi and Stacey Wondra talking on one of my lives, or tips and other leads that are coming in to law enforcement, even though the DA hands over things to the judge to look at things. When new tips and new leads come in, that stuff has to be taken back from the judge. The DA has to write in all those new tips, all those new leads, all the new information. And the more that happens, the longer it's going to take. And they have had lots of tips and leads coming in. So yes, it has taken a lot longer than we originally had thought, since Brandy had came out and said that charges were coming and that the DA told her it was coming soon. Brandy and the family, the Vaughan family, stands behind law enforcement and the district attorney. We all know that they are doing their job. We know it 100%. Nobody's slacking on anything. Things are moving. But I would have to say I'm really disappointed that Stacey Wondra is going to be out. I'm actually curious to know if he's going to try to talk to any more YouTube creators, get back in that public eye, because we all know how much Stacey Wondra likes attention. It's disgusting. So many people commenting. I'm trying to keep up with y'all. We are Monkey's Army. We're not going anywhere. Even though Stacey is getting out or is out already, we know now that Brandy is feeling better, she's going to be on top of it all. And let me tell you, she is. She's already roaring to go. I am sure Tyler is having to reel her in just a little bit. Hey, Lana, thank you for coming in. Brandy's right here saying, yes, they are. Justice is coming. Tell me, is Tyler having to reel you in a little bit since you're feeling better, Mama? Because I could tell by talking to you just how much fire you have back, and it's exciting. But you need to rest. You need to rest. I have put up in the pinned section at the top the Vaughan family meal train. And if anybody deserves to get help from the public during the holidays, it is definitely the Vaughan family. They've been through so much. She's had her liver transplant. Tyler had to stay off work for a while to help take care of Brandy. So things have gotten a little bit difficult. Anything helps. I know they appreciate you just being here, supporting Monkey, being part of Monkey's Army, as do I. Love seeing all you beautiful faces here in chat, and just knowing that I could take a little bit of a break and come back, and everybody is just still right here, ready to go. And let me tell you, as new information comes out, we'll be doing more and more lives. I actually had a problem tonight with downloading videos and things. So some of the stuff that I wanted to share, I won't be able to share today, but other stuff that I have prepared, I will be able to share. Yeah, when you you get back on a live for the first time in a minute, and then you start having problems with your videos not downloading, let me just say it's been kind of a stressful last couple of hours, but I'm not worried about it. I really want to just share with you guys how well Brandy's doing. Thank you so much, Halo Art, for putting that link in chat for the meal train for the Vaughan family. Nana for life. Thank you for coming in. It is so good to see you, Lana. Thank you for being here. Hair Curlers and Crime. Best name on the YouTube streets. Thank you so much for coming in. I know, doesn't she? She looks amazing. It is a miracle that Brandy is still here. And she answered my question. Yes, he is. He is definitely making sure that I am resting and doing as I'm told, which I promised I would. That's great. I know. I knew that he, from the moment I was told that he took your phone from you while you were in the hospital, I knew he was going to be keeping a really close eye on you the more better you started to feel. Because, I mean, me and Brandy even talked about it the other day on the phone, you know, because she was out doing things even though she was sick. You know, she doesn't like, who likes being sat down? Who likes having to rest and lay in a bed all day long and being so sick? Nobody likes that. Excuse my cough, you guys. Pretty Assessor in the house. Hello, it's so good to see you, hun. I know you've been waiting for a live for a minute. Thank you for always checking in. Chuck Anderson's daughter, thank you so much for coming in. It is so good to see you. Lisa's in the house. I have been doing some shorts. I have been doing some videos. He's got to pay for that milk and chew. He will need to buy it. Yeah, he'll come up live. He wants some money. He wants attention. We all know it. I mean, what day is a better day than today, right? To like do a live. Maybe he's out there listening. And if you are, Stacey, I hope you don't get very far. I hope you do not get very far. I hope you are locked back up real soon. Yeah, they got to avoid that double jeopardy. They have to make sure, the DA has to make sure, everybody has to make sure that this case is put together in a way that the suspects are going to go to prison. There's not going to be anybody in that courtroom that doesn't believe 100% that they are guilty. Because if there is any shadow of doubt, it's over. And we know that. The DA is working as hard as they can right now. Trust me. I know it. Just trust me on it. And I know they're doing everything they can to put away suspects, to charge suspects. All right, you guys are going crazy in here. I love it. Thank you guys all for coming in. Rhonda says one prayer was answered for Brandy. Now we need the other prayers answered for Michael. Exactly. Tyler has been Brandy's hero. You guys have an amazing love for one another. You remind me so much of me and my husband. Happy late anniversary, by the way. I may have already told you, but I think it was their 11-year anniversary. Brandy and others really do believe it's a miracle that she's alive. She went on the round table for Monkey Monday. So we're going to take a look at that and see what Brandy had to say about her health, her journey. And then I have a message from today and a message that she put out after she got out of the hospital. So we're just going to go over everything, but we're mainly going to, talk about Brandy's unyielding determination to survive, not only for herself, but her children, and to be able to continue to fight for justice for Monkey. Pinky promised Monkey she would get him justice. And she still wants justice for Michael, and she is not giving up on that promise to him. And if these suspects, Sarah, Stacey, Brandon, Adrien, if you guys think that this mama was going to go anywhere, she isn't. She's here. She's alive. She's healthy. And she's going to continue to fight for justice until you're arrested, until you are charged. Just know that. She has a new, she has a powerful wrath right now. I can tell you that. And she is ready to live the rest of her life. She's so grateful for the donor of the liver. I mean, I've prayed so many times for the person who donated her liver. She has a whole new aspect on life. You'll hear it from her in her own words when she talks about it, or when she talked about it on Monkey Monday. Let me just share my screen real quick. Hold on one second. Here we go.
All right, y'all. I'm busting out of the joint. I'm out of the hospital. We're on our way up and bound. Time to get home. I love you guys. Mwah. And I'll see y'all soon.
That was right after she got out of the hospital. You can tell by the look on her face, she was so excited to just be out of the hospital. It is amazing to just hear her voice, to see her. Like I've said, she was not doing well before she went into the hospital. She was not. Callie's here. Good to see you, hun. So glad to see you. We have missed you here. Let me just see what else is here. All right. I want to go over and share with you guys the update that was given on Monkey Monday, where Brandy shares her journey of everything she's gone through in the hospital, how she's feeling now, and then we'll go over her message today after her doctor's visit today. So hold on one second. If you guys haven't, go over, join the round table. Purple runs the round table and does the Michael Vaughan's Monkey Mondays. And she does it with Wendy, and sometimes Levi joins. They all work really hard. Purple promised Brandy that she would do Monkey Mondays, and she has definitely kept that promise. And if you want to watch Monkey Mondays, watch beautiful videos of the family, the facts are put on the round table. All of the facts of Michael's case. They don't speculate over there. They don't go off track over there and talk about anything but what law enforcement has put out. I talk about some speculation, but I can tell you that Brandy knows everything that I do talk about here. So even though it hasn't been put out by law enforcement, a lot of what is said here is also factual. I just want to throw that in here. Let's see what Brandy has to say here.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Monkey Monday. This is day 1553. We have got Brandy with us today. She looks as beautiful as ever. Look at that smile. Glad to have you with us today.
I am very, very happy to be here. Sorry, that song every time and every dang time.
That's quite all right. It gets a lot of us every time. So how are you doing?
I am doing great today, actually. Got some good news, and yeah, it's been a good morning.
That's good. So we are here. Kind of gonna talk with Brandy for a while and see what she wants to share and what she doesn't. Basically, open up Monkey Monday and give her the opportunity to just basically share whatever she feels comfortable sharing. And if she feels like answering a few questions, if she wants to, she can. If not, we are going to respect that. Mods, you know how we roll over here. We put up with no nonsense on Monkey Monday. For the new people here, this is a no nonsense Monkey Monday. We do not deal with any drama. We do not deal with any bullshit. This is just a channel to share Michael's story and to keep his face out there. We only share what law enforcement puts out there. We only share the facts. No speculation. None of that goes on here. So respect the rules or you will not be allowed to participate in Monkey Monday. So with that, we will give Brandy the floor with whatever she wants to share.
Thank you, Purple.
You're welcome.
And everybody, hi, hello. Hope y'all can hear me well. I know I'm very bad at the audio. I still haven't learned after all these years. Probably a good thing. Thank you for all being here. First off, for Michael. It's 4 years, over 4 years, 1,553 days. I remember the first time I had to speak publicly and saying how many days it been, and I couldn't even choke it up. I did it. It was 115 days. I think I bit my tongue 100 times when I said it. But here we are. And Michael is still not home. And there are 4 named suspects. 4 named suspects. Stacey Wondra, Sarah Wondra, Brandon Shurtliff, and Adrien Lucienne. Stacey and Sarah are both incarcerated on charges unrelated to Michael. Stacey Wondra is set to due out with his federal charges this week. Sarah is expected out sometime next year, I believe, in 2026. And Brandon Shurtliff and Adrien Lucienne, we know where you are. And justice is coming. I promise. I pinky promise. I don't break my pinky promises. A while back, a long while back, Brandon Shurtliff, I made a promise to my daughter, my youngest daughter, that I would ask every day. Well, life happened, and I became very, very sick. But trust and believe there have been people still asking, still looking. Brandon Shurtliff Adrien Lucienne, where's Michael? You have an opportunity to tell the Fruitland Police Department, the FBI, where Michael is. Give me my son back. I'm keeping that promise. I'm still standing. And I am raring to go. With that being said, justice is coming. Believe that, everybody, please. I know it's been a long road, and it's still going to be a bumpy road. Please trust me as I trust in the law enforcement and our legal system. Michael will see his justice. But we want him home. No matter how that may be. As you all know, I was going to leave that there. Oh, Monkey, we still love food just as much every day, if not more. And it still breaks my heart. I don't know how many times a day. But I'm not giving up. And I won't give up ever. And there is a whole army that holds us up and helps Mama keep that promise. So everybody, please, thank you for your patience. Thank you for continuing to share Michael's beautiful face and talk about Michael's case and these 4 suspects. Let me say those words again. These 4 suspects know what happened to Michael. Michael was abducted on July 27th of 2021 near our home from our neighborhood. And these 4 suspects are involved in the abduction of Michael and have information on where he is. So everyone, please continue to share Michael's story. All we want is justice and for him home. As many of you know, I have been sick for a very, very long time. I did undergo a liver transplant. That has been a very, very humbling journey so far. There were quite a few, I called them bumps in the road, because I didn't want to worry anyone. Well, we can start back at the beginning. When my kidneys had shut down and I was supposed to be life flighted, this was the week before the transplant. I was unconscious. I wasn't coherent. I I didn't even know how I got to Utah. We had crazy lightning storms that night, so they actually took me by ambulance because I couldn't wait. We get all the way to Utah. I spend a week there. Them patching me up, getting me to the point where I could undergo, if possible, if there was a liver available, to go undergo such a procedure. I was very, very malnutritioned. I was about 89 pounds. I couldn't eat, could barely keep fluids down. I had a lot of symptoms of my body failing. I had no use of my liver. It was there. It was done. Stick a fork in it. It was done. So everything started to shut down. We get back to Idaho about a week later. We got home not even 12 hours before I got the phone call at 7 a.m. How quickly can you get back to Utah? Right now, right now, he said. And we didn't sleep that night. Tyler had slept maybe about an hour when I woke him up in the phone call. We got the phone call that they had a donor. And prayers to that family and the donor's loved ones. I did hear that donor was saved not only my life, a few others. So please say prayers for their grief and the blessing that they gave to me and others a second chance at life. We got there, and it was like strip me down, sanitize me, I'm in a gown, and then the next thing I know, I have all these people. I'm signing papers, and they're explaining to me what is going to happen next. It was that fast. Still, not very coherent as the toxins in my body and my brain. I vaguely remember for a solid 2 months up before my transplant. I really don't have a memory. It was going for a while. It took me a year to get through all of the steps to be considered to be put on the donor list. And they're not easy. It is a commitment, and it is a lifelong commitment. And I'll tell you what I promised. He promised that I will not squander my second chance at life. I'm going to do everything I possibly can right. And that is it's a big change. Your whole life, your everything scrap it, start fresh, blank slate. Excuse me, I got this nipples, and been fighting cold since I got home, which I ain't complaining about at all. I woke up from my transplant. It was successful. And I had woken up the next day. The surgeon was speaking with me, and Tyler was off to my left-hand side, and I was still, not quite coherent. And this is what I remember. And I'm sitting in the chair, and the surgeon comes in, and he's talking to me, and he's asking me about, am I feeling certain things in my hands, my feet especially. And the next thing I know, he says, Brandy. And I woke up 4 days later. I had a, oh wait, no, sorry. That came after, so the next day after I woke up from the transplant, my brain went, I went Delulu. Didn't know who I was, didn't know who anybody was. I had a slight bleed from the transplant in the liver. So they had to go in and sew me up, tidy that all up. Something got a little nicked, caused some more bleeding. So they had to do all of that up. It was when I came out of that procedure, I had a massive seizure and woke up 4 days later. When I woke up, I had been intubated. I had coded. So I will say during this whole thing, I have knocked on death's door twice. And I am a walking miracle from just the mere fact of receiving a liver so quickly. And I called them bumps in the road. Those were some really big bumps in the road. I lost my ability of speech for a while. My comprehension wasn't there. I felt like a little kid, to be honest, trapped in my own head. It was very frustrating at times because my brain wasn't working with my mouth and wasn't working with my hands.
Brandy says that Blue is there to visit, so she's going to take this time to visit with Blue. Thank you so much, Brandy, for coming in. We love you. We are so very happy to hear how well you're doing, and we are here for you if you need us. Again, up at the pinned top section, if anybody wants to donate, they can click on the link for the Vaughan family meal train. And we are Monkey's Army. We're not going anywhere. We're going to fight this fight with you, Brandy. It's so great to have you in chat, to see your beautiful face. We love you. Have a great visit with Blue.
So that was a process. I relearned how to talk and eat. There will be some permanent damage from all of the hiccups. That's okay. I'm here. I'm alive. And on top of that, learning how to walk again. I have an incision. They call it a chevron. So it goes from right below my sternum all the way down to my belly button and across. I had 75 external staples, and I can't even tell you on the internal sutures. I was so malnutritioned and so thin that I literally had nothing they could really put an anchor to sew me back up internally. So they kind of had to make some scar tissue, and I'm not sure how they did it to make some anchors. Eventually it will dissolve. This is going to be a long time, but my incision is as straight as you could possibly ever see. Everybody says, oh, all the doctors and nurses are, oh, that's a beautiful, beautiful scar line. And I'm like, that's pretty cool. It actually is pretty cool. I am truly blessed to be here. I can't say that enough. There's a lot more to it. And of course I'm still going through it. In my recovery, I can walk about a half a mile before I need a nap. I'm basically rebuilding my body all over in a healthy way. And I've learned and learning and have lots of things in place to keep me on the path of learning how to cope in a healthy way, which I can proudly say that I am 451 days completely sober. No cigarettes, no alcohol, just what the doctors prescribed me.
So friggin' proud of you, Brandy. That is not easy. And I am so friggin' proud of you. We are all so very proud of you.
And hope. Fire. I got some fire in me. I tell you what, y'all know me. I don't like to be kept down, and I don't sit still very well. And I've been happening to sit still solid for 2 months, 8 weeks, a little over 8 weeks, and then probably about a year, definitely 6 months before that, in and out of the hospital. Yeah, but I'm here, and I'm still here, and I'm ready to fight. And all the appropriate people know that I'm here and I'm ready to fight.
Can't you hear it in her voice, you guys? She is ready. She's even talking about her fire. I am telling you, the wrath of this mama has not gotten weaker. She has only gotten stronger. We have watched her fight continuously to keep healthy, to fight the fight to live, and to fight the fight for justice for Monkey.
My family, my children are doing amazing. Blue is out on her own, doing the adult things. She was working 2 jobs, and she plans on moving and headed to college. She just wasn't going anywhere until Mama was better. So that was her decision. I tried to get her, but she's so stubborn, and she'll do what she wants. She's an adult. Bubba is doing amazing. He's taking some college prep classes and is blowing them out of the water, and he's a sophomore this year.
Imagine that, Blue being stubborn. Wonder where she gets that from. Her mama.
And Buggy Bug, just in the 8 weeks, how much she has grown. Oh my goodness. Looking at those pictures, her baby pictures, it's just like overnight. She just grew into this happy little, going to school, making friends. She's so articulate and very, very opinionated. She has her opinions, and she's very strong in them.
I got to talk to Buggy this week a little bit on the phone, and she is so smart, and she is just, oh my gosh, she is just the cutest thing ever. She heard Mama on the phone, had to see who was on the phone, said hi, Sam, and yeah, she's very, very, very smart. It was a very nice phone call, and a much needed one, I think, for me and for Brandy, because I know I've had a very difficult time before she went into the hospital, before she got her transplant, because, you know, in the very beginning when I started working on Monkey's case, I didn't talk to Brandy. We didn't text, we didn't talk a messenger, and then we started to talk a messenger, and then that turned into phone calls, and she became my friend. And at a certain point, I was wondering if I was going to lose my friend, and I became very emotional over it. It was very hard for me to talk to her on the phone. You know, I even cried a little bit when I talked to her on the phone this week because I was so happy to hear her sound so well and to just know that this beautiful miracle was given to her, that she's here, that she's alive, and doing so well.
Got a few things to say about the bad guys. She's very mad at the bad guys. Very, very, very mad. I hope people understand that with Michael's abduction, we have been completely open and honest with the kids about everything. Of course, age appropriate, you know, how we would tell them things. And all Arya knows now is that there were bad guys that took Monkey, and they won't give him back. And we have slightly gone into the discussion that Michael Monkey will not be going home because he's in heaven. So there's been only like 3 of those so far, especially when I got home. Since I've been home, that's pretty much all she's talked about, other than her friends at school. Excuse me. Sorry. Purple, you want to jump in here? I think I need a minute.
It's still, to this day, hard for Brandy to talk about the fact that Monkey's no longer with us. I mean, and it took her a very long time to even be able to say that. You guys just witnessed how hard it is for her to still even talk about. And now she's came to that realization, and she's having to share that realization with her children, with their 5-year-old daughter, with Blue, with Bubba, as they're all trying to move forward in their lives. And she's also having to deal with the fact that Blue's going to be leaving and going to college. And that's difficult for any parent. But when you have had a child that's been abducted, that is no longer here, having your child move far away from home, where you're not going to see them all the time and every day, it's difficult. I mean, I would kick my kids' butts if they decided to like leave. I mean, if they want to go to college and stuff, go for it. My kids are already grown up, but I'm just saying, oh my gosh, it would be so difficult. It was difficult to even have my daughter move out of the house, my youngest, and she was 27 or 28 when she moved out of the house. So I know that's going to be a very difficult thing. I'm going to fast forward through this, so bear with me. Brandy needed to take a little bit of a break right here, so let's fast forward.
Yes, ma'am, I sure can. We speak upon this family and speak in a way of with kindness, because we are not going through it. We are just seeing it. So this is something that we will never understand unless we walk through it ourselves.
And you don't want to. Pray you never have to.
Yeah.
I do want to say there is power in prayer. I have thousands of messages of prayer, kind words, just love, kindness, and support. And I can't thank everybody individually. I can't, especially over these past 4 years. Just they've not gone unnoticed, I promise. I believe that everybody in their prayers and love and light. I don't know if anybody believes in miracles, but I'm walking one.
I do believe in miracles.
I believe in miracles. The fact that Brandy is here with us is a miracle, you guys. She weighed, I want to say around 80 pounds, less than 80 pounds. She coded twice. The doctors, Brandy even told me the doctors didn't or couldn't believe that she was still here, that she was still fighting. It's a miracle. And I will be forever grateful, and I know everyone is, especially the Vaughan family, to the donor that not just saved Brandy's lives, but Brandy said a few lives. And we need to be grateful for that person. We need to, pray for their loss, their family. Ugh. If I could reach out to them and just say thank you so much, I would.
So thank you, everyone. Continuing to pray for Michael and share his story and being kind to me and our family through all of this. So with that being said, the good news that I got that I have reached the point. I've gone from 89 pounds to 122 to 24, depending on which scale I use.
Can you guys believe it? She's already gained almost 40 pounds, 30, 40 pounds. She looks so good.
Nice.
So, yeah, it's my diet. I pretty much is what has been. I have to have a 2,365 calorie a day diet on top of the 1,800 calories I was receiving from this. I get this removed this week, and yes. So I have worked hard enough that I can eat and sustain my weight on my own.
Nice. It's kind of funny, most of us are, happy about losing weight. Now we're like cheering you on because you're gaining weight.
Yeah. Yep, I'll take it. I've got at least 25 to 30 more pounds to go.
And we will cheer you on every pound you gain.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will. We are cheering for you, Brandy. Keep going. Keep resting. Keep getting more and more healthy. Keep fighting.
I'm just happy that I'm able to sustain now.
Right.
That was hard for a long time. Very hard. There were so after the transplant and all of the others, there were 5 more surgeries that I had. Yeah. So my bile duct from my liver refused to stay open, refused to wake up. So I went through a few plastic stents, one decided all willy-nilly to take a walk through my body. That was the first one. So they had to go retrieve that one, put another one in. Well, that one got shredded. Um, and then they tried to do a sleeve, and that just did not work. So they said, we're done screwing around because I kept losing weight because every time you have to have surgery, you of course have to fast.
Yeah.
And one of them was like, no, you're going now. Hopefully you haven't eaten anything yet today. They put a metal one in. And because I am so thin, and even with gaining weight, I can feel it a lot. Yep, it's there. They put a metal one in. They weren't playing around no more. And so I have that one there. And then I also have one from my pancreas duct. Yeah, so I have two in. The pancreas one has behaved the entire time.
When I talked to her on the phone this week, she literally said everything that could go wrong went wrong. And yet here she is. Here she is. Fighting the fight and doing better. I cannot wait to give you guys the update that she gave today. We're going to continue. This is almost over, this video right here. But she said everything that could go wrong went wrong.
The liver one, not so much, but it is now. So
that's good.
It's staying where it belongs, which is very, very good. About a week before I came home, it was a pretty rough day with the stents. And then I went through rejection. My body was rejecting the liver. Now it is very common that liver transplant patients do go through a bit of it.
Right.
Well, the treatment for that, is the anti-rejection medications. So they kind of treaded lightly, to see how I would react, and then my numbers, the enzymes, everything just took a major dive. And so they super dosed me with the steroids and the anti-rejection medications that, they gave me enough that would last me about 3 weeks to a month. And then on top of that, taking them orally, as well as many different IVs with nutritions and you name it. That was very scary because they, of course, they did tell us that if this didn't work, if I did go for full rejection, that I would have to undergo another transplant. And that was nope. I wasn't going to have it. This one got in there and it stayed.
Right.
So just got some good news this morning. It looks like I am out of rejection.
Yay!
So they're of course still monitoring me very, very closely.
Out of rejection. Her body is no longer rejecting the liver. I'm telling you, everything went wrong. Everything was going wrong before she even went into the hospital to get her liver. I called her a klutz because she was constantly hurting herself, breaking her toe, her foot, her this, her that. I mean, she had some of the worst luck that has all lined up to be a miracle.
I became their very special patient.
Nice.
I went through it, and I will tell you what, the care that I received in that hospital from the cleaning ladies to the surgeons to the head surgeon the care, the kindness, the understanding that they took the time. I've never received such amazing care, to be honest with you.
That's awesome.
I could not say anything bad about anyone there. Especially at the times where I felt like I was out of my mind, and I'm like, is this right? Is this right? What's, because I'm walking in uncharted territories, things I've never experienced before, especially in my own body. That's been a lot. But you know what? I'm here. So I just keep doing the things I'm doing, and keep the prayers and the love and the light, everybody. I really appreciate it, because it does give me strength. It really does. Purple, does anybody have any questions? Because I'm getting hot, and it's time for a walk. I get to walk myself.
You get to walk yourself.
I don't know if you guys heard it earlier, but she had to relearn how to walk after her liver transplant. She's had to relearn how to talk. She couldn't talk. She's had to relearn so many different things on top of having a seizure and, waking up 4 days later. She took on so much. She's been through so much. To see that look on her face right here, this huge smile, is so heartwarming. And I don't know about you guys, but it is just lifting me up, and I'm ready to fight more. I'm ready to fight with her, with the Vaughan family. It is time for us, Monkey's Army, to get ready for a big fight. I don't know if you guys can feel it, but I can feel it. I'm telling you right now, like, I'm ready to fight with her.
Well, all right.
Yeah, the next time everybody sees me, I won't have this. But all right, well, I am going to run.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody, for being here. Letting me fill you in on a little bit of my journey so far. And number one, for being here for Michael. Please, everybody, continue, please, with your patience. Trust me, justice is coming. Brandon Shurtliff Adrien Lucienne. Where is my son? I'm coming for you. With the world behind me.
We're all right here behind you, Brandy. I cannot wait to help you fight even more.
And law enforcement. And number one.
That's right.
I love you, Miss Purple, and thank you. And thank you for keeping your promise.
Always.
And everybody, be kind to each other. Try your best. And if you can't be kind that day, be kind to yourself, please. I'll see you around. Bye, Purple. Bye, everybody.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.
I am telling you, I've been so excited to share this with everybody this week. She looks absolutely amazing. And just one more quick share. This is only like a minute long. Hold on 1 second.
Hi everybody. Thought I'd just drop by and let everybody know how I'm doing. I got some good news from the doctors today. I was able to get the feeding tube out because I am sustaining weight completely on my own, and I have gained a significant amount. All my numbers are looking good, and all my hard work is showing. Today is a good day. Just keep doing what I'm doing. Everything looks really, really well and is functioning properly now. So I just wanted to stop by and thank everybody for your prayers, your kindness, your support, continued support for not only me, but our family as well. I am truly blessed and forever, forever eternally grateful. So I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend, and those that celebrate, happy Halloween. Be safe, everybody, and be kind.
She's a rock star. She's more than a rock star. She is a friggin' warrior. And I am so happy to call her my friend, part of my family. I feel so truly blessed that the family welcomed me in and that I get to be a part of Monkey's Army, a part of the family, to be able to, lift her up when she needs it, to be able to message with her, just have that connection, because I've never had that connection in a child missing case before. And let me tell you, it's a lot harder than it seems, because what do you say to a mama whose baby boy was abducted and is in heaven? What do you say to that? It's hard work. She looks amazing. And what I really liked hearing was Adrien and Brandon, where's Monkey? Where is he? Brandy wants Monkey home. Give her back her son. Hold on one second, guys. Let me just share that one part again. I had to find it.
I'm keeping that promise. I'm still standing. And I am raring to go. With that being said, justice is coming. Believe that, everybody, please. I know it's been a long road, and it's still going to be a bumpy road. Please trust me as I trust in the law enforcement and our legal system. Michael will see his justice. But we want him home. No matter how that may be. As you all know, I'm going to leave that there.
She addresses.
I promise. I pinky promise. Is expected out sometime next year, I believe, in 2026. Times when I said it. But here we are. And Michael is still not home. And there are 4 named suspects. 4 named suspects. Stacey Wondra, Sarah Wondra, Brandon Shurtliff, and Adrien Lucienne.
Still 4 suspects in Michael Vaughan's abduction. 4, Stacey, Sarah, Brandon, Adrien. Justice will come. Charges will come.
Stacey and Sarah are both incarcerated on charges unrelated to Michael. Stacey Wondra is set to due out with his federal charges this week.
Today, Stacey Wondra is to be released from the Phoenix, Arizona federal prison. Today.
Sarah is expected out sometime next year, I believe, in 2026. And Brandon Shurtliff and Adrien Lucienne, we know where you are.
We do know where you are, Brandon. There's no running, no hiding. We know where you are. We know where Adrien is. The pressure is going to come. You're going to have to do right. Brandon, you're trying to do everything you can with the court lately, aren't you? You've been going in and trying to fix your stuff in Canyon County. I just saw today that you did go in and do your driving test that you were supposed to do, so that that warrant that you were arrested for that probation violation, you're trying so hard not to get arrested on November 4th, your next court hearing. This next November 4th, on Tuesday. Brandon, you're chicken shit. You had to get a court-appointed attorney. You had to have that attorney ask the judge so you could do a Zoom meeting, because that warrant was out and you didn't want to end up in jail. So you decided to do a Zoom because you're a chicken shit and you couldn't show up to court. Are they making you show up to court on November 4th, or are you going to be a chicken shit and try to do Zoom again? I'd really like to know. The hearing on the 4th, you guys, is so Brandon's probation officer can prove that there was a violation. And there was a violation. And all that information will come. But Brandon, we know exactly where you are. We know what you're doing. We know how you're doing it. Eric Kisser cannot protect you. No one can protect you for what is coming. Adrien Lucienne, we know where you are too. I've had people tell me where you are, taking pictures of where you are. I'll show those here in just a second. But we know where you are, and you need to come forward and tell law enforcement what you know, what you saw, what you witnessed. It's only a matter of time before they're going to come looking for you and charge you too. But maybe if you come forward first and tell law enforcement everything you know, maybe that won't happen. Maybe you'll get lucky. Maybe they'll give you a deal, Adrien. Time is really running out for all of you.
And justice is coming. I promise. I pinky promise. I don't break my pinky promises. A while back, a long while back.
All right, and we finished listening to that a while ago. I cannot express how disgusted I am that Stacey Wondra is going to be walking the streets. Today is his release date. Right down here at the bottom, release date, 10/30/2025. Ugh. There's his BOP registered number if anybody wants to write it down. Phoenix, Arizona is where he was. Oh, God. Adrien Lucienne. Like I said, I had pictures of you sent to me. I know exactly where you are and what you're doing, and I even know who you're hanging out with. There's the car you were driving in. That's what you were doing when you went to go apply for a job. Yep. There ain't no running and hiding. Here's a little bit of information for you, Brandon. Your best of bestest friends, Dan Guthrie, was told by law enforcement, okay? Told by law enforcement what they knew, and I want to share that with everybody. In case you guys missed the live that I did with Dan Guthrie, he is a family friend of Brandon Shurtliff and Brandon Shurtliff's dad. He came up on my panel and he talked about it. It's a great live. I've also done a live with Brandon. I've also done another live to show everybody so they could hear the recording that I took of me and Brandon's phone conversation. You know, Brandon Shurtliff did that live with me back in February of 2025, and then he just tucked tail and ran away from Montana to go stay with Eric Kisser. Eric Kisser left Post Falls, Idaho, and drove all the way to Livingston, Montana to pick Brandon up and take him back to Idaho to give Brandon work. Brandon thinks he's hiding, but he's not. But this is what Dan Guthrie said. Law enforcement told him when he asked what his friend Brandon did. And again, this was up on my panel. Let's listen.
On it. So, you know what, Sam, I'll just tell you. So she told me, because I told her that it's been driving me nuts and I needed to know where I stood with him, like personally in life. And it's been driving me.
Trigger warnings, please, in chat for anybody that has a problem listening to details in Michael Vaughan's case and how Michael passed. Protect your mental health always. But what Daniel Guthrie was told by law enforcement, what Brandon did to Michael, is very disturbing. So huge trigger warning here for anybody here. If you want to wait a few minutes and then come back, or maybe watch at a different time, I just want to prepare you.
Me nuts, and I've been trying, because I had him out here with me for a while, and I was trying to help, and I'd get him loose, and like I said, it was always like one of those in the ring would come around and he'd get different, but I'd always get him there. I felt like where he wanted to do the right thing or be a different person, and then something would snap in him, and he'd just go right back to square one. Anyways, so she tells me that he helped bind him.
Trigger warning for everybody here. Please protect your mental health. This is very disturbing, but it's also what we have heard from Stacey Wondra in his confession footage that was released by Brandy.
Hung them up with duct tape, put them in a plastic bag, suffocated them.
Again, that's what Daniel Guthrie was told by law enforcement when they came to Montana shortly after the live that I did with Brandon. They went to Montana. They wanted to give Brandon a deal. Brandon didn't take the deal. And law enforcement couldn't find Brandon because Brandon took off from Montana. It was like he knew he messed up on that live. He knew he said things in that live he shouldn't have. He got scared like a chicken shit left and fled Montana, had his friend drive hundreds and hundreds of miles to come and get him. And he ain't never went back, leaving his girlfriend, leaving his friend that had been trying to help him, his pregnant girlfriend at that, because he's a chicken shit. He knew he was in trouble. And they wanted to know where Monkey was. He didn't want to sign anything. Brandon, tick-tock. It is time. It's been 8 months since we talked and had you up here on a live when you promised Brandy, after Blue read her essay about how she felt and her perspective about what has happened to the Vaughan family, about her brother missing, about Brandy being sick with liver disease. And here we are 8 months later, and you ain't done shit. All you've done is try to run and hide, and you're too chicken to even show up in court. Your ass has to do a Zoom. We have only began to come after you. There is so much more information to share about you, where you are, who you're with, where you're working. People are sending information in. You cannot run and hide. You cannot run and hide. Daniel Guthrie and his girlfriend also gave us huge pieces of information months ago. I don't know if you guys know it, but I was working and talking with Daniel Guthrie. He was trying to get Brandon to come up on the live. Yes, Brandon eventually came up on the live. Misty, his girlfriend, was also trying very hard to get Brandon to speak about things because she thought that Brandon was innocent and had nothing to do with it. And of course, I have to play devil's advocate to have him even up on a live. And he even promised he'd come up and do more lives and never did. But they both said Brandon told them. And this is two different people at two different times. And these two people don't even talk to one another because Misty and Dan do not like each other. That Brandon told both of them that he left the Wandra's house that night and went to stay at his mom's. And what do we know now? Well, what do we know now, guys? We know that Michael was bound up at his mom's house. Where did Brandon go when he left the Wandras? His mom's house. Want to hear it for yourself? Here you go.
I feel like I did hear some shit like that.
Hold on. But Brandon was with them that night, correct?
But I know, yes and no. So I do know he did leave that night. I'm not sure where. From what I understood, with his mom, because he told me he had to get away from them for a minute.
She said she was stuttering up a lot because she wasn't expecting me to ask her that question on the live. It wasn't something that we had discussed. I kind of caught her off guard. She fumbled around a little bit until she finally said, I think he left. I think he said he went to his mom's. And now here is Daniel Guthrie. And this is the night that Michael came up missing, you guys, saying the same thing. Here's another question by Callie. She is asking, did Brandon say that he left and went back to his mom's house the night that Michael was abducted because he was annoyed with Sarah and Stacey?
I feel like I did hear some shit like that. Let me think about that for a minute. I really honestly feel like I remember him saying that they were being weird to him that day. And he ended up at his mom's or some shit.
No, did you stay at Sarah and Stacy's house the night of Michael's abduction?
I don't know. I have to get back with you on that one too. Like I say, there's a lot of. That's a good question to go over, but I got to look into that more.
Okay. And that was Brandon Shurtliff not even wanting to answer the question whether or not he left. He knows what he had done. Do you guys know how many times in that live he would say, I'd have to get back to you on that? And that was great for us. I mean, if you don't want to answer the question, that's great. Because if you can't answer the question, guess what? That means that's a subject we need to put more pressure on. That's a subject we already know pretty much the answer for, Brandon, because we know you have involvement in Michael's abduction and murder. We know it. It's a fact. You're a suspect in Michael Vaughan's disappearance, in his abduction. When charges come, you will be charged with an abduction and with Michael's murder. And that is a fact. No matter how harsh that sounds, that is a fact. For any of the 4 suspects that are arrested. Brandon is the only one in shape enough to grab Michael, and he placed himself leaving the Wondras and returning to his mom's. Exactly. Exactly. Hello, baby kisses. Yes. What the hell? There is so much information in all of the lives that I've done in Michael Vaughan's case. Information working with Brandy, closely with Brandy and the family. They know what information I put out, even though if law enforcement hasn't put it out, the family knows what I'm putting out. It's very important to understand Michael's case and these suspects. And if you're new to Michael's case, go back and listen to all of the lives. Listen to Stacey Wondra on his YouTube shit show that he did, bouncing around from one creator to another. Look Brandon Shurtliff up. Look at the live that he did with me. Look at the live that he did with JLR investigates, excuse me. But so much information to go over in Monkey's case. It has been so hard to work on a case like this and be involved so closely with the family. Like I said earlier, I'd never done this before, but it's also a blessing because it gave me a more of an inside look at how the Vaughan family is dealing with this. You know, please, if you guys can do anything, Tyler had to take off work. Up at the top, at the pin section, is the Vaughan family meal train. And if any family deserves to get help from us, it is them. I know I had some comments here recently that nobody likes to donate anything over YouTube. This is the Vaughan family's personal meal train. They are the only ones that get any kind of money or any kind of gift cards for meals. You can get a credit card so they can buy their own food. Like you heard Brandy talk about, she's having to be on a very specific diet. Tyler had to take off of work soon. Money's been hard. I mean, everybody's doing everything they can to make it. It's the holidays. Thanksgiving is coming up. Christmas is coming up. If anybody can donate even a little bit, I know they would be so appreciative. And, you know, they deserve it. They deserve our help. I keep getting Brandy ribbon candy. She loves it. And it's very high in calories and sugar. So I do that as often as I can. But I want to get back to talk more about Brandon real quick. Thank you so much, Shannon. I appreciate you so much. Thank you Chuck's granddaughter. I appreciate you. You know, I'm only here because the family has allowed me to be a part of this. And I know Brandy does have a Cash App and I don't know about PayPal. I know she has a Cash App, and I do not have that link. If any of my mods has Brandy's Cash App link, could you throw it up? If not, I know you can look on YouTube. Many other people have put it up before. I just don't have it right now. Thank you so much. Even if you don't get a chance to, even the thought is just, I want to leave you guys, or not leave you guys. I want to play a short video. Hold on one second. Before I do that, let's put up Michael's. Michael was abducted July 27th of 2021. If anybody has any information about Michael's abduction, please call the Fruitland Police tip line. The number is 208-642-6006, or you can email findmichael@fruitland.org. Any tip at all. Even if you don't think that it's important, let law enforcement decide whether it's important. There are 4 named suspects of Michael's case, updated in 2025: Stacey Wondra, Sarah Wondra, Adrien Lucienne, and Brandon Shurtliff. And today, Stacey Wondra is back on the streets with Adrien and Brandon. He was released from federal prison from Phoenix, Arizona today. Now, I don't know if he's been released, but he is set to be released today. So I don't know 100% if he has been. Give me one moment while I take a little bit of a break. I'll be right back. Thank you guys so much for waiting for me. I had to blow my nose, and I have been coughing so horribly, and I just didn't want to do that on the mic. So, excuse me, I have had the flu. So again, if you have any information, please contact the tip line 208-642-6006 or email findmichael@fruitland.org. No tip is too big or small. Let's do this. Call in the tips. Let me just get over to chat, see what everybody's saying. 6 cents, everything is $50. I don't have that. Even DoorDash is. Ugh. Hey, Purple, thank you for coming in, hon. I know you may be able, if you can't, everything is $50. I don't know where, if you're talking about the meal train or not, or, oh, thank you so much. Purple put up the Cash App and the PayPal for Brandy. So anything helps at all. The meal train, or if you want to donate to the Cash App or the PayPal for Brandy. I appreciate you so much for putting that up. Okay, I want to go over some things that Brandon have said in his live with me that was a little bit suspicious, things that I have posted up. You know, I've shared them as shorts or whatever. I do anything I can. I use shorts a lot because it does get a lot more attention sometimes than even doing the lives in all actuality. But just a few things, Brandon, that we caught that you said that's very disturbing.
Vehicle was stopped in the middle or on the side.
Did you ever hear anybody talking about kidnapping somebody or anything?
So before Michael Vaughan came up missing, no, I don't think I remember anybody talking about kidnapping or taking someone's kid or doing anything harm, foul play, or nothing like that at all until this July.
Brandon says harm and foul play when nobody mentions harm or foul play. All I asked was a question. If anybody had been talking about abducting anybody at all, not just a child, but anybody. And he mentions harm and foul play.
July 27th day we speak of in 2021. Now, whether or not some of that stuff did happen or not, I do not know. But as far
Whether or not any of that did happen, I do not know. You can almost hear the truth in his lie, right? Because I'm sitting over here like, why would you say that?
as far as I know, up until that point, no one has said anything to me like that.
Some people want me to ask you again about your stop on the way out of the neighborhood. You said you guys pulled over to the side of the road.
Right, yeah. The vehicle was stopped in the middle or on the side of the road for a short amount of time, yes. For a brief
And that was
moment.
on the way to Kuna when you were on your way to your mom's house, correct?
Right, when I was going to get my car before that, I'm pretty sure Stace said, hey, we need to pull over. One of the people in the truck or car said, hey, we need to pull over and check our power steering real quick, if I am correct. I'm pretty sure that was what the issue was.
Now, when you listen to Stacey Wondra and all the times that he got up on YouTube, got together with all these creators talking about 8th in Arizona, you hear him talk and describe a child that he saw. This child changes the way he looks, according to Stacey, his age, where he was, whether Sarah or Brandon saw this child or not. He says that he got out of the car. He never mentions Brandon getting out of the car, but guess what Brandon does? Mentions getting out of the car. And who was in the vehicle at that time?
I'm pretty sure it was Stace, Sarah, me,
Okay.
and
He was just getting ready to say, I think that was it. I think that was it. Who else was in the car with you, Brandon? Was Monkey in the car?
I think that was it.
Or the truck? Okay.
I'm trying to go over details too, because sometimes we give people's rides, and I'm trying to put a name.
And then he has to backtrack. Sometimes we give people rides. Well, the people you give rides to aren't sitting in a truck with you on the way to Kuna to go do the tow to come back. Right? We're talking about the day Michael was abducted. Before they left to go to Kuna, they stopped in the truck on 8th in Arizona. We've heard this story 1,000 times. At least people that are familiar with this case have heard Stacey Wondra talk about it.
To a face and go over kind of what I've been through or went along.
Yeah, take your time, no worries. Who was driving the truck on the way to Kuna?
So I'm pretty sure Sarah was at that time.
Okay. Did you see a kid in the neighborhood anywhere when you pulled over to the side of the road?
I did not know, but I think I did remember because I was the one that was probably going to get the power steering out and open the hood and go check it and this and that, and the other people would have been in the truck, so they might have had a lookout and said that they might.
Here is Brandon putting himself in the hot seat, saying that he got out of the truck too. Let's re-listen.
I did not know, but I think I did remember because I was the one that was probably going to get the power steering out and open the hood and go check it and this and that, and
He was the one who probably went and got. Hold on one second. I've got somebody trying to message me. No way. Okay. I cannot read this out loud because I need to confirm this. I'm going to mute myself real quick, guys. This is very important. This has to do with Stacey Wondra. I need to make this phone call real quick. Please give me 4 or 5 minutes. I'll try to make this as fast as I possibly can. Hold hold, because if what I just got sent is true, this is big news. Hold on one second. Hey, everybody. I'm still here. I just had a phone call. I need a few more minutes. And trust me on this. Please just hold on. I will be right back. Hold on. Everybody, I have big news. I have huge news on Stacey Wondra. I'm trying to get his voice in the correct position, but I have huge news. I just got done talking to Brandy. I think all of our prayers have been answered. I think all of our prayers have been answered. Hold on 1 second. Give me one more second, you guys. Oh my God, you guys. I am almost in tears here. I am on the phone with somebody that I know that's been talking with Stacey Wondra. She got a phone call from Stacey. I'm still waiting for her to find where Stacey Wondra is talking about being released from federal prison and then being charged with first-degree murder and Michael's abduction. I called Brandy to make sure she knew, and she told me to play this recording of him talking about it. So my girl is trying to find it and get it where she needs to get it. But Stacey Wondra has been charged and arrested with Monkey's murder and abduction. And there are lots of other charges. I'm trying to breathe, you guys. Oh my God, I'm so emotional. I'm like laughing because he thought he was getting out and he's not. They put him right back. He's on hold, back in federal prison, going to be transferred to Idaho from there. I've got tears rolling down my face. What a day. So give me some few minutes. Let me get back on here with my source and we're going to try to play that recording for you. So just give me a few minutes. Thank you guys so much for being here. God bless Michael Vaughan. God bless the Vaughan family. Justice is here. Justice is happening. Brandon Shurtliff Adrien Lucienne, if you are listening, charges have came down on Stacey Wondra. Everybody else is going to fall down like dominoes. Okay, so are you guys ready to hear the recording? Okay, go ahead and play it.
Hello? Hey, what's up? Did you get out? No, I am in the state. No. Charges, so I have to wait for them to extract me back to Idaho. They press charges for. They're, I think, first-degree murder, kidnapping, and.
I'm having a hard time hearing that.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys could hear it, but he just said he was arrested on first-degree murder, kidnapping.
Did you get out? So, I have to wait for them to extract me back to Idaho. They press charges for.
And something about tampering with something. Oh my God. Thank you so much for sharing that with me. I will let you go and talk to you in a little while. Thank you so much for sharing. I love you. I'll talk to you in a bit. Bye. All that. Oh my God, you guys. And tampering. Tampering with evidence, maybe? Yeah, I don't know. He said tampering and then he kind of fumbled his word. I really hope you guys could hear it. But Stacey Wondra has been arrested for first-degree murder of Michael Joseph Vaughan, for Michael Vaughan's abduction and something about tampering. He was released. He was arrested. They are keeping him on a hold, and they are extraditing him to Idaho. Even if you couldn't hear him well on that recording, I confirmed this with Brandy before I even was going to play anything or talk about it on the live or nothing, because all of this information just came in right now during this live. Praise God. I'm in shock. I'm so happy for the Vaughn family. Brandon, I hope you're listening. I will be making a short as soon as I possibly can so that this information gets put out into public. I want Adrien and Brandon to know that Stacey Wondra has been charged and has been arrested for the murder and abduction of Michael Joseph Vaughan. If anybody and everybody in here can share this live, share a clip of this live talking about the fact that Stacey Wondra has been arrested. It has been confirmed by Brandi Vaughan, Michael's mama. Let's share, share, share. Yes, pretty assessor. Brandy, you did it. You did it, mama. You fought so hard for justice for Michael, and it is here. This is 1 out of 4 suspects that have been arrested for Michael's abduction and murder. I need to text a couple of people real quick. Oh, hold on 1 second. Confirmed. I'm sorry, you guys. I have to contact a couple people. Wow, this is huge. Share, 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 share. Let's let the other suspects know. They're next. They are next. What is going on in chat? Let's look. Whew. Stacey has been charged for the murder. He is not getting released. Thank you, Little C, for coming in. Prayers for Brandy, Monkey, and family. Thank you, Blue Eyes Dumplings, for coming in. Renee, you can bet Stacey's already singing, flipping on everyone. Yes, he is. Brandon, everybody listening, Adrien, you already know Stacey's flipping, talking. He's doing everything he possibly can right now to get out of this. He is probably shitting himself. And I don't want to sound petty, but I'm just going to put it out there right now. Eve, True Crime with Eve, F you. And everything you have done to try to destroy this family for putting your mouth where it doesn't belong, trying to talk to suspects Sarah and Stacey, for trying to convince them that they were going to be released, that they weren't going to get charged, spreading rumors in Michael Vaughan's case, accusing these parents of doing this to their own son, for spreading so much misinformation in Michael's case. A big middle finger goes right out to you, because Stacey Wondra was just arrested and you thought you knew, getting up on another panel and spreading your BS this last week or two, getting up on your own panel, talking so much BS about this family. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I just had to say it, you guys. I'm sorry if it sounds petty, but talking to suspects to try to get them released from prison, to try to convince them that all they need to do with their attorneys is this, that, and another thing to get them off, inserting themselves into an investigation like this is absolutely unhinged. It just is. Oh yeah, Stacey is flipping justice for monkey. Justice is coming. Brandy, play this song. This is my fight song. Play it loud, Brandy. Play it loud. Victory. If you don't think that he won't try Roland on the other three, I mean, he's already tried Roland in his confession footage. It's just another miracle, isn't it? Little C, this is a miracle for Brandy and a true gift to her recovery. Rest up for more strength, Brandy. Such a great message. Thank you so much for being here. You guys, Stacey Wondra has been arrested and charged with the murder of Michael Joseph Vaughan and Michael's abduction. I'm not laughing at that. I am laughing that Stacey Wondra thought he was going to get away with this. His ego was so big, he thought he was going to get away with this. He thought he was going to do his time in prison, get out, and wander the streets free. And no. All of our answers have been all of our prayers have been answered. Oh my God, I can't even talk right now. He was let out and then arrested. And I think that's funny shit, because Stacey, his ego is so big, he really thought he was going to get away with this. What did you miss, Commander? You missed it. Stacey Wondra. You can back up in the live his own voice telling somebody that I work with that he was arrested on the charges of murder in the first degree and abduction of Michael Joseph Vaughan, and something to do with tampering, probably tampering with evidence, or tampering or hindering the investigation, because the Lord knows what he said in his confessions, whether or not it was true. Hold on one second. Sarah has been told she is getting charged as well. What? Hold on a second, you guys. I know I got a screenshot a month ago, Sarah Wondra texted and said that she was going to be transported back to Fruitland, Idaho to be charged. I do not know whether or not she's been charged yet, but I'm thinking there was some truth to that text message because Stacey Wondra was just arrested. All of my moderators that's been here that has worked with me so hard, thank you guys so much for being here. Rizzo, right? I was not expecting this tonight either. I had a little birdie in my ear saying this was going down on Halloween, and it wasn't something I could even talk about. But here we are talking about it the day before Halloween. Hold on one second. I'm going to put you guys on hold for just a second, okay? Oh, you guys, I had to get a hold of Justin. He was messaging me and blowing me up, and now he's in tears. And Josh from the lab, I haven't heard back from him. Oh, I just am hearing back from Josh. He says Stacey, and I'm about to text message him back. Yes. If you guys don't know, there are some creators that are about to share. Because we need Brandon. And we know he listens to everything. But if by chance he isn't listening tonight, he needs to find out that Stacey Wondra was arrested on charges for murder in the first degree, for abduction and some kind of obstruction. We could not understand what he was saying on that recording, but I confirmed everything with Brandy. She says it is true. She knew about it when I called her because I wasn't going to be releasing any of that. Yeah, the death penalty is the firing squad in Idaho now. Wondering if Sarah got charged already too. Somebody in here said, but I have not been able to confirm that 100%. I'm looking through chat. Oh, nice. Yep, everything is confirmed, you guys. You guys heard Stacey Wondra say it himself in that recording. He got released. They rearrested him. They are keeping him on a hold to extradite him to Idaho to face the charges on Michael's murder and abduction. I am so emotional. This is crazy, you guys. All of our prayers answered. This was all I have been praying for, was release him and then rearrest him. And my husband was right. He was like, I see them releasing him and then arresting him immediately. And there's a long road ahead of us now, Monkey's Army. We have to continue to fight and share Monkey's face. The people in Fruitland, Idaho, I know they won't ever forget what happened to Michael, but we got to keep his name out there and his story out there. We want everybody to know how many people are here fighting for the Vaughan family, are here fighting for justice for Michael. The more we talk about it, the more we share Monkey and his story and his case, his abduction. If we share everything, even his flyer, even anything, so many people will hear it. We want everybody to know that Monkey's Army is not ever going to give up, that the Vaughan family is never going to give up. Like Brandy said, she is coming with the world, and we are part of that world. She appreciates everybody for sharing Monkey, sharing his beautiful face is what he says, or what she says, and that's what we're going to do. And now we've got lots of work to do. We have to make sure that Brandon knows that he's not forgotten about. Adrien needs to know that he's not forgotten about. I hope charges came out on Sarah too. Even Josh from the lab is wondering if any other arrests were made. What a good day today is to be here, to be able to talk about Brandy and her health and the fact that she is so strong and she has shown so much resilience to be here, to be able to fight for herself, for her health, using her children to give her that strength, using Tyler and her love for Tyler and wanting to be here to see her children grow up and to be here to get justice for Michael. Michael, your mama Pinky promised you. She said she was going to get justice. And justice is coming. Justice is coming, monkey. This is just so mind-blowing. I've never worked on a case that's, where someone's actually been charged. I've been waiting for this day for so very long. And I am just thrilled to be able to be here tonight, to be able to to be able to be a part of this. Hold on 1 second. I got to make one more quick phone call. I just got another text message. Hold on. Sorry, you guys, for all the pauses and everything. That was Josh from the lab. He's going to be sparking up a live here soon to talk about it. To talk about the fact that Stacey Wondra has been charged with first-degree murder and abduction and some kind of obstructing of justice. And wow, we're just here. We're just now hearing this. He was released from federal prison in Phoenix, Arizona, and was then put in handcuffs and held on a hold to be extradited to Idaho. Stacey Wondra, you did not get away with anything. You thought you were going to get released and was going to go back home and walk freely like Brandon and Adrien, and it just didn't happen. It did not happen. Thank you so much for waiting. I really do appreciate it. This is big news. As you guys know, I speak to many creators, and my phone is blowing up. I've got text messages and messages from all over. Again, I want to thank my moderators for being here because they have worked so hard with me. We've all prayed so hard for Monkey. And I know that the round table, Purple, Wendy, Ray's in the house. We've all prayed so hard for Michael's justice, and we're so happy for the Vaughan family that it is here. Thank you so much, Ray, for coming in. This is outstanding news. We haven't had a lot of really good news. We've heard so many bad things going on with Brandy and her health, and we thought we were going to lose her, and we didn't. And she's here, and she's strong, and she's ready to fight the fight. I have already been there, Ray. I have cried. I have laughed that Stacey Wondra thought he was getting away with it. It's been very emotional to keep it together during this live, to say the least. You guys are so amazing. Thank you guys all for just waiting patiently while I tried to get this information for you guys to be able to confirm it. Connie, thank you for coming in. Another, great Monkeys Army supporter. Lots of prayer. Oh my goodness. Randy's in the house. Papa's here. Oh, Randy, thank you so much for stopping in. We are all so overwhelmed with such happiness for the family that these charges are here. It's heartbreaking to be here, but thank God the justice system is working. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, you're always popping in on my TikToks and everywhere. It's good to see you in the house. Thank you so much, Randy, for showing up. I can't imagine what the house is like tonight, knowing that Stacey has been charged with first-degree murder and abduction. I know when I talked to Brandy, she was like, there were so many other charges. I can't even think straight right now. Like, she could not even to get it all out. This is just amazing news, you guys. And thank you guys all for being here with me and celebrate the justice system for justice for Monkey, that it's being done. They're doing their jobs. We have stood by Fruitland Police Department. Thank you guys so much for working so hard for making this day happen. The DA, what is it, Mike Duke? If I get names wrong, I'm so sorry. For the DA, thank you, bless your heart. I know he has tried so hard to get this before the judge and get it signed so many times. And more tips, more leads, more stuff just kept coming in, and it was just putting a little bit of extra work on his plate, and he did it. He did all the work, and he got it before the judge, and the judge signed the warrant. If you're just tuning in, Stacey Wondra has been arrested on first-degree murder charges and abduction of Michael Joseph Vaughan. And Papa's in the house. Brandy Neal was here tonight. Like I said, I did confirm all of this information with Brandy before going live with it. And she's just like, play it. Just play it. She wasn't messing around. She's just do it. So, Rizzo, your work, Sam, is amazing. I'm in awe of everything you've done with this case. This is just a wonderful celebration tonight. I think I still have to keep pinching myself that this is real. I'm right there with you. Thank you so much for your kind words, for one, but I'm just sitting here like in shock. I have so many questions. I want to know, has Sarah been charged? Is Brandon getting charged? What's going on? Papa, let Brandy know that we love her. We love you guys. We're here to do anything that the family needs. This is great, great news. Wow. Who thought I was just going to get up here and give an update on Brandy's health, and we find out that Stacey Wondra is arrested and charged and being held in Phoenix, Arizona, to be extradited to Idaho for first-degree murder, abduction, and some kind of obstruction. I wish the recording would have been a little bit better, but let's see. It is a good moment and also so hard. Yes, it is very difficult. The family has to now fight for justice. It's going to go to court. It's going to go before the judge. It could even have a jury, 12 members of a jury that have to be convinced that Stacey Wondra had something to do with the murder and abduction of Michael Joseph Vaughan. Their fight is not over. Our fight is not over, even though we're celebrating now. They've lost their son. But justice is here. Justice is now. It is coming. And we're going to fight the fight with the Vaughan family. We are not going to give up. We're going to fight even harder. We're going to share monkey even more. We're going to let Idaho and Fruitland, Idaho know that the Vaughan family has so much support and that we want justice done. We are not going to accept a not guilty verdict. We're going to fight. We're going to fight to get a guilty verdict to put these people behind bars, because these suspects do not deserve to be out on the streets around other children, around other people. They are disgusting. They harmed a little boy. I shared this earlier that Stacey was getting released, and it's almost laughable because he didn't. Stacey, you did not get released. And Monkey, Mama kept her pinky promise. If anybody has any tips, please share them. with the Fruitland Police Office tip line 208-642-6006 or email findmichael@fruitland.org. No tip is too big or small. If you were scared of Stacey, you don't have to worry about it anymore. He's in prison. Bring your information forward. Talk to law enforcement. If you know anything and Stacey knows you know something, he might flip on you. So get to the Fruitland Police Department or email or call in a tip 208-642-6006 or email findmichael@fruitland.org. Adrien, Brandon, excuse me, you guys. I've been sick with the flu. It is time. It is time for you to come forward. Stacey Wondra has been arrested for the murder and abduction of Michael Joseph Vaughan. We know, Brandon, that you know where Michael is. Adrien, you have so much information to give law enforcement, and now's your chance to come forward before you're arrested and charged. Come forward, tell law enforcement what you know, get it off your chest. It is time for both of you to start talking. We know where you are, Adrien. We know where you are, Brandon. The police know where you are. The FBI knows where you are. You're not just going to continue to walk around freely, take a deal, tell the police what you know, or face the ultimate price, which is being charged with the same thing that Stacey Wondra has been charged with. The tip line phone number 208-642-6006 or email findmichael@fruitland.org. I'm sorry, you guys. The tears are just kind of rolling and I'm just trying to wipe them away to be able to talk. Thank you guys so much for being here. I have the best chat ever. I have the best mods ever. Brandy has some business, or Papa has some business in Kuna. Angel Girl, good to see you. Christina, good to see you. We have new people here at Missing PNW Crimes Revisited. Thank you guys all for coming in. If you guys don't know it, my name is Samantha Brainerd. I've been working on Michael's case for almost 2 years now. Maybe already 2 years. I don't know. I mean, it's been 8 months since I had Brandon Shurtliff up on my live. I feel like Stacey Wondra is going to squeal if he knows anything at all. Oh, wow. Hair Curlers in Crime, my moderator. Brandon, dude, you are so screwed. Isn't that the truth? Isn't that the truth? They all are. It's just going to be like a domino effect. It's just going to happen. One getting arrested and charged after another, and here it comes. And they've got their eyes on these suspects that are out on the streets. So even though they want to run and hide, it's just not going to happen. You can't run and hide when, you're being watched. Up at the top, it is pinned for the Vaughan family meal train. If you want to donate anything, please click that link and help them out during the holiday seasons coming up, Thanksgiving and Christmas. And there's also a Cash App for Brandi Vaughan and a PayPal account for Brandy. You can also donate that way. because I know some of those meal cards can get expensive, but you can click that link and donate and get a regular credit card where they can shop for themselves. Brandy is on a very strict diet right now, but like I said, anything helps. And if you can't afford to give anything, that's fine too. You know, the Vaughan family just appreciates you being here and supporting Monkey and sharing his beautiful face, is what Brandy always says. Oh, thank you. I just had to put another Halls in my mouth. Yeah, excuse my coughs. I am feeling so much better, though. Thank you, Pretty Assessor. Moonlight's mind is blown. Thank you guys all for showing up. In case you're just joining because the live numbers just jumped, Stacey Wondra has been arrested for murder in the first degree and abduction for Michael Joseph Vaughan. Some kind of obstruction because I can't talk. Obstruction of justice. Thank you so much, Sarah. I appreciate that. Tears of finally. I am right there. I think all my tears are really going to come when I'm not on the live. I couldn't stop the ones with the initial shock, though. But, you know, happy tears, sad tears. Hello, Yankee Kyle. Thank you so much for coming in. Purple said both were arrested. Both. Lori, can you, who's the other person? Both. Is this Sarah and Stacey? If you know. I'm so glad for that. That just means that justice will be served for him as long as that court system knows how many people are supporting the Vaughan family over there. That's all we want, is for everybody to know and everybody talking about it so that Michael gets the justice that he deserves. Thank you, Randy, for being here. That's Papa. Thank you. Not a drama, Nana. Thank you so much for coming in. And thank you for the kind words. I feel truly blessed. True. Okay, Randy confirmed it. True. So Purple confirmed both. So Randy, has Sarah and Stacey both been charged? Yep, Godspeed. We're just looking for the truth and justice for Michael Joseph Vaughan. I am just waiting for confirmation that it was Sarah. Both have been charged. Who's both? Sarah and Stacey? I also read some information today that Stacey and Sarah's divorce is almost final, if not final. It's in Stacey had served Sarah. Nothing was getting done, so he had to file something with the court. And all of the payments and everything on that have been Let me see if I can find it, actually. He filed something called a motion and affidavit for entry of default with the court, and the affidavit is a sworn statement that proves the other party was properly served with the initial divorce documents, but it did not respond within the legal time frame. And then once the clerk enters the default, the case can proceed towards a default judgment, which I've already seen. There is a default judgment there. And but this process may not be an automatic, divorce. It can be a little bit delayed, but this is all really good news because this means that Sarah and Stacey can now turn on one another. They're not a married couple anymore. As soon as that is final, as soon as this default goes from default to final, they are able to testify against each other. And we both know that that's exactly what they're going to do, because that's exactly what they've been doing while they're sitting in prison, is turning on one another. And that also means that they'll be turning on Brandon, they'll be turning on Adrien, and telling everybody exactly what has been happening, what happened in Michael's case. Voices Against the Wall, thank you so much for being here. Stacey Wondra has been arrested and charged with a murder, first-degree murder of Michael Joseph Vaughan, and abduction, and some kind of obstruction of justice or obstruction of something. Yeah. Stacey Wondra was not released. Well, he was released, and then he was charged, and now he's being held in Phoenix, Arizona's prison to be extradited back to Idaho to face his charges. Yes, Nana for life. Thank you for joining. Got more people coming in. There must be some creators out there on the YouTube streets talking about all of the good news. Thank you guys all for coming in. Yep, we are one step closer to getting that final justice. So Randy has confirmed so far just Stacey has been charged. That's why I did not want to say Sarah's name. I don't know, or I didn't know. Thank you for confirming that, Randy. This is Michael Vaughan's papa. He has been fighting for justice right along with the rest of the Vaughan family. This is Brandy Neal's father. Thank you so much for coming in and joining us tonight, talking to everybody in chat. We really appreciate you. Right now, just Stacey has been charged, not Sarah. But like I said earlier, this could be a domino effect, one right after another. We're going to just have to keep our ears open and keep an eye on that court system and just keep a watch. And I'm just going to keep doing everything I can to research and find more information. I'm sure Justin for All and Josh from the lab will be doing lives. They have amazing moderators that are also really good at doing research and looking up stuff from the court system. So please, please, please go watch any of their lives that they do on Monkey, because we need to keep his name out. We still need to keep the case going, and we need Brandon to find out and know, if he doesn't already, if he wasn't here listening, because he usually is listening to everything, him and his mama, that Stacey Wondra has been arrested. And the lab just went live. I am going to hop off here, and I want to go over and watch Josh from the lab. Thank you, Believe, for letting me know. And I just gotta say, I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for being here, for being patient tonight while we gathered the information and got to see it live as it happened. Stacey Wondra was arrested and charged with first-degree murder, abduction, and a few other charges. I love you too, Sarah. Thank you guys so much for coming in. Thank you, Hair Curlers in Crime. And Randy is saying, no worries, Sarah is next. Yeah, I truly believe that. I truly do. Let's go over to the lab. Thank you, Avery, so much for being here. I know you're going through a lot and you showed up tonight. Thank you so much. I'm so thankful. I know we talked for a long time on the phone. This is what we were hoping and praying for, was that Stacey Wondra would get out and just rearrested, and that's exactly what happened. He is on hold in Phoenix, Arizona's prison to be extradited to Idaho. It is happening. Link to the lab, please. If one of my moderators could please add the link for the lab so that Papa Michael's grandfather can go over and watch Josh's live. I'd really, really appreciate it. There's that link, Randy. Sarah just posted it up. Again, thank you all for being here. Such wonderful news tonight. My heart and my prayers are with the Vaughan family. This is an exciting moment for everyone. It is also a very difficult time because the Vaughan family has lost Michael. He is no longer here with us. And Brandy made a promise to Monkey that she would make sure justice was sought out, and she kept that promise. Let's just hope and pray that the rest of the arrests and charges come out on the other 3 suspects, and keep being supportive of the Vaughan family and in Monkey's case. Keep sharing his beautiful face, his flyer. Tonight's was a very emotional night. Thank you guys all for bearing with me. I love you guys. I'm going to get off of here and go watch Josh. Have a good night. Send lots of prayers over to the Vaughan family tonight. Brandy, Tyler, Blue, Bubba. Oh, I love you guys so much. I really do. Thank you guys for trusting me with Michael's case, for making me a part of your family. I couldn't be happier to hear this news. God bless everybody. Have a good night. And like Brandy always says, be kind to one another. And if you can't do that, be kind to yourself.